Who are you? This common thread you're beginning to see and pattern you see in our history is that there was an original form of human beings that was directly from the work of an alien species, and then there was a parasite that came in and manipulated us at the genetic level, shortened our lives, lowered our brain capacity, and psychologically devalued us as individuals, meaning our mind, constricted our minds. And this points to the Elohim are essentially a demonoid species from another dimension who have defiled nature God by manipulating our DNA. And see, this points to what I like to call, and what I'll get into here, this points to what I like to call the original sin. And this was the original, in my argument, this was the original blasphemy of nature against God. Journey to that space is extremely varied, and so that at the end of the day, what matters is knowing who you are and finding that out, because no one can tell you. I can't tell you. Your pastor can't tell you. Your government official can't tell you. No book, no movie, no lecture is going to be able to tell you who you are. This is going to be a journey of self-discovery. That's how you find out who you are. The way one absolves suffering. The way one absolves suffering. The way one absolves suffering. It takes everything that you have. And so even though we were dumbed down biologically, we spiritually remain sensitive, and that is by design. That is, they purposely did that because these creatures eat God. And the reason why they prey upon us is to get access to this love and compassion energy that they cannot access. We are the intermediaries, meaning we allow them access to a form of God they cannot access on their own. And that is why we were farmed, that is why the children are tortured, the innocence is stolen from children, and all of this whole idea of downgrading the human being. This is so that they can continue to consume that innocence. We give them access to God because as pure evil, they cannot access love. And so they access that love through the consumption of children, through the consumption of the blood that is love that flows through us. Everything that you learn in life that really matters, that has an influence, that really changes you as an individual, is costly. It requires a painful endeavor, enduring and working through and coming out the other side of some type of painful event, and typically many, many painful events. And often, the more painful events you endure and survive, the richer of an individual you become. The richer your character, the richer your perseverance, the richer and more deeply you see yourself and the world. And this is because nature doesn't hand itself to you. The true aspects and true measures of nature come through extremely difficult paths because there